Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Sendi Pratama, and today I want to explain some theory in Semantics and Pragmatics about the politeness, negative phase, and positive phase. And the first is about scope of discussion. There are 5. The first is politeness, the concept of phase, positive phase, negative phase, and difference of positive phase and negative phase. The first is about politeness. Politeness is key to all of our relations and plays a fundamental part in the way we communicate with each other and the way we defend ourselves. It is not limited only to conventional aspect of linguistics. It is not limited only to conventional aspect of linguistics, but encompasses all types of interpersonal behavior through which we explore and maintain our relationship. And the first theory, Understanding Politeness by Q. Frelich, 2003. Q. Frelich, in his book Understanding Politeness 2003, provides insights into the concepts of politeness, positive phase, and negative phase. Let's define politeness as the strategic use of the language and behavior to show respect, consideration, and deference to others, while maintaining social harmony and avoiding conflict. Politeness involves the ability to navigate social interaction and sensitive topics in a way that upholds individuals' face and preserves positive social relationship. Politeness in language studies in its history, theory, and practice by Richard G. Watts, Sachiko A.D., and Conrad N. Leach, 1992. Politeness can be understood as a multifaceted concept that involves various linguistic and non-linguistic strategies used in social interaction to maintain harmony and respect. Politeness is a multifaceted concept that involves the use of language and behavior to maintain social harmony and preserve individual positive phase and negative phase. And there are the examples of the concept of phase. And the next is the concept of phase. Goffman, 1955, defines phase in the concept of phase theory as the positive public image we seek to establish in social interaction. It is also helpful to think of phase as self-image. Naturally, most of us want to protect our self-image and wish to portray a positive image of ourselves to others. According to Geoffrey Leach 2003, Geoffrey Leach in his book Understanding Politeness 2003, positive phase as explained by Leach refers to an individual desires to be liked, valued, and respected. It is related to one's self-esteem and the need, approval, and social inclusion. A positive phase is an aspect of the phase that reflects an individual's positive social identity and desire for positive social affirmation. Politeness strategies that increase a positive phase aim to build relationship, create solidarity, and show empathy toward others. Compliments, expression of interest, and act of kindness are all examples of positive politeness strategies. About the studies in history, theory, and practice by Richard G. Watson, Sachiko A.D., and Conrad N. Leach, positive phase refers to the individual desire for approval, recognition, and a sense of belonging. This involves the need to be liked, valued, and included in social interaction. Positive politeness strategies aim to increase a positive phase by showing empathy, solidarity, and respect for individual identities and needs. Example of positive phase including giving compliments, expressing interest in others. Negative phase, according to Leach, pertain to individual desire for autonomy, independence, and freedom for imposition. It involves the need to maintain personal space, freedom of choice, and the avoidance of social obligation or constraints. Negative phase is the aspect of phase that imposes an individual sense of freedom or autonomy. Politeness strategies that respect negative phase aim to minimize imposition and respect the individual autonomy. Strategies such as using indirect requests, offering alternative, and providing justification are employed to mitigate potential threats to negative fees. And about negative fees, according to Brown and Levinson, pertains to individual desire for freedom, autonomy, and the absence of imposition. It involves the need to maintain personal space, independence, and the freedom to act without constraint. Negative phase implies the individual sense of freedom and self-determination. Politeness strategies that respect negative phase aim to minimize imposition and allow individuals to maintain their autonomy. Indirect requests using hedging or polite mitigating device and giving option or choice are example of strategies that respect negative phase. The next is example for positive phase and negative phase, and we can see at the example of the picture, we can see the difference of positive phase and negative phase. The first is positive phase. How about letting me use your pen? And for negative phase, could you lend me a pen? And the next, hey dude, I would appreciate it if you let me use your pen. And for negative phase, I'm sorry to bother you, but can I ask you if you can happen to have an extra pen for me? And the last for example is, Mary dear, I need to borrow your vacuum cleaner. And for negative phase, I know you're busy, but could I please borrow your vacuum cleaner for just an hour? The other example of negative and positive phase we can see at the picture above. And the last is about the difference of positive and negative phase. The first is focus. Positive phase focus on social interaction and the need for positive relationship with others, while negative phase focus on individual freedom and the need of privacy. And the next is identity. Positive phase related to social identity and feeling valued as member of a group or society, while negative phase is related to individual identity and feeling of having autonomy. And the next is for interaction. Positive phase encourages harmonious interaction and acceptance from others, while negative phase encourages interaction that does not limit individual freedom. And the next is impact. Violation of positive phase can damage a social relationship and lead to feelings of being unappreciated, whereas violation of negative phase can be considered as an invasion of privacy and result in feelings of being disturbed or not free. And the last is handling. To maintain a positive phase, individuals can try to maintain a positive image, respect others, and communicate politely. Meanwhile, to maintain a negative phase, individuals can try to avoid violating privacy, provide personal space, and provide choice to others. Maybe that's enough explanation of politeness, positive and negative phase from me. And the last, any mistake, I apologize. And the last, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.